Yo, thank you for joining us here at the Dysfunctional Podcast. Yet again, we are all here together. I have King Six in the house over here. I got New Jersey's finest douchebag, Chooch. I got the strongest backhand in the jungle, Monkey Fist. And then I got the incognito Arcade Butter. So, Mr. Arcade Butter 'em up.
What up?
How you feeling, bro?
Chilling.
All right.
Relaxing.
Monkey Fist, how you feeling?
Tired.
Tired? Okay. My man Chooch, how you feeling?
I'm good. Straight chilling right now.
You been chooching on some cigarettes lately? Some
I don't
cigars?
smoke cigarettes,
No?
motherfucker.
No? Yo, you're leaving soon, man.
Yeah.
How you feel, man?
Yeah, leaving about like in another hour and a half. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know,
So are you excited to go back home?
hell no, nope. Dreading every.
Why,
Dreading every
okay,
second of it.
but why do you say that, man? I mean, home is home.
Yeah, home is home, but it's one of those things where it's like I've lived in like Virginia, like all of my life. Didn't really like in the country too, especially, and it's like I'm just ready for a change of like scenery. You know what I'm saying? Like you go and like all that Virginia is just fucking farms and just cows and chickens and horse shit everywhere, and it's just like I just want to change the scenery. So when I come out here, it's nice.
You like it here.
No, I love it here. Now maybe me coming here, like living here, I might change that. But for me, just taking a break from my normal life, it's nice. Get a little
Did
break.
you say live here?
Yeah, like if I ever did come and live here, I might change my opinion on that, but
I think Jersey's a nice middle ground for that because like we do have areas that are like North Jersey where you still have like that super rural feeling, but then you have like the cities where if you really want to get like crazy and stuff like that. But honestly, if like for you, I kind of get it because like you've shown me where you lived and like I remember you pointing your camera out the back door and then there was literally a horse stable. Only shows horses around.
But that's sick.
Dope for us.
Oh,
That's why it's big difference for us. Like when we see a horse stable, we're like, oh shit, like that's actually kind of cool. Like you don't see that constantly in Jersey, and especially not in New York. So like, yeah, I think I mean, and that's the biggest thing too. Actually, to kind of talk about that is you've experienced because you've been coming up here like for week-long periods pretty consistently. When you're in Virginia compared to when you're in New Jersey, what's the difference in people? I want to see like how you.
difference in people. I mean, of course, like in I don't know. It's funny because I definitely see that like people down south are more, I guess you could say, more like they do have more of a like respect to them. Like they are more courteous and they are like a little more respectful coming up to like Jersey and stuff. Of course you still like you're gonna have your douchebags everywhere. Like they're everywhere. But like you can
New
definitely
Jersey's
tell.
finest.
You can definitely tell that there's a level of like, like the Southern hospitality, like that's a real thing. And you can definitely tell the difference between there and like up here sometimes, like the people. So you can definitely tell.
So I'm glad you actually mentioned that, man, because recently I was talking to the boys earlier. I just feel like everyone's in their own world. Like I feel like lately people have just been way more spacey, way more space case. Like they're just not mindful or respectful, I feel like. Or is it maybe that they don't mean to not be respectful and they're just got so much stuff going on that they're just like so autopilot, but I just can't stand with like I can't stand people's like, is idiocy a word?
Yeah.
Okay. maybe it's rubbing off on me. When I think of the South, I think of slow down.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. A lot of everything is like more slower pace. You don't feel like you're like constantly in a ruch 24/7. Like it definitely.
Listen,
is.
That's why he's constantly dragging ass.
I'll be honest, bro. I don't think he's really experienced what we have to offer. Like he's only ever seen like your neck of the woods.
I mean, he went to New York.
Yeah,
he went to Manhattan. He experienced.
No.
But I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Like,
No.
listen, I do like going to New York in moderation. And what we gave him was we put him in Times Square and we said, this is what New York is selling people to what they should come and see.
You gave him the touristy stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
This is what New York is giving as like propaganda to come and see. We showed it to him and he said, wow, this fucking blows.
Yeah, because when you go to a vacation spot, do you want to see the touristy shit or do you want to see the shit that
If it's my first time,
Really?
my first time, 100%
Really?
I'm going to the tourist spots because there's pictures I want to be taking. Like, I want to. bro, he's never been to New York, right? So you bring him to Times Square, like it's something that's a staple of the world. You know what I mean? Like that's something that like I feel like he want. Maybe I'm wrong. Did you not want to see?
No, yeah. Like I won't like never been there before, and like I wanted
One
to
and
go.
done.
Yeah, and then I went there, and I'm like, you know what?
That's not
I
fair.
got my fill. Like,
No, I don't think you because we've chilled. I've taken you to really cool places that like you wouldn't normally. I've taken you to spots that you normally wouldn't go to, that you normally wouldn't have known to go. Like,
Well, yeah.
right, exactly. But
like,
that's what New York is, and I hate that we always talk about New York somehow. But New York is just like
A shithole.
no, it's like you have your nooks and crannies, bro.
honestly,
like,
nowadays it is kind of become.
all right, it's
low-key
okay,
becoming a
yeah,
shithole.
that's fine. But I mean,
But like I don't know. Like I said, when I go to New York, like yeah, I know a little bit more than like I guess the average New Jersey person, because I'm going in there with you with JD. Like we're going to like all these spots, like these small restaurants, like the stuff that's not getting advertised, right? The stuff that's not popular on TikTok. Like we went to like I'm trying to think. There was a restaurant that we went to. I think it was with JD, or no, yeah, it wasn't with you. And like never even heard of the restaurant. It was great food and stuff like that. You never even would have known like the place was there. That's where you find the good stuff in New York. But like I said, when it's your first time going to a place like that, like yeah, you're gonna want to go to the main spots to be like, oh, I was there. Like I was in Times Square. I got to see like that. I listen. I know you're from New York. I'm from Jersey. Actually, majority's from Jersey. Probably none of us have been to the Statue of Liberty. Have you?
no,
Have
I
you?
haven't.
Meaning, like, taking the ferry?
Yeah, to the Statue of Liberty.
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
Kenny?
No.
Right.
All right. Well, you know what? That kind of brings up something in my head. So like lately, you guys know I like fantasy and I like all that shit. Dude, I want to fucking see a castle. I want to see a castle so bad. I know we have a few in New Jersey, right? Don't we have a couple in New Jersey?
There's one literally right in Clifton. I pass it going to work every day.
It's
Like
it's an
a real
actual
castle?
castle.
I haven't seen the castle part of it, but it's labeled castle.
It's
Just,
not like it's
just
not
a
like,
fucking white castle.
No, I forget the name of it, but it's right in Clifton. It's right off of Route 15.
What's coming back right now? There's a thing called
it's Patterson.
medieval core right
Right
now,
now.
and what it is just like how AI is pumping a lot of like dark fantasy like images, and like when you go on TikTok, you hear like the song like. So it's funny because that shit that I mean you know it, you absolutely know it if I pull it up.
Didn't ring a bell, the sound effect, but maybe it was just you guys being out of
Sound like
tune.
that Batman theme song.
Yeah.
All right, fine. But what my point is like
I almost said whip it.
there's almost like a nostalgia in those images that you get even though you've never experienced that shit like the medieval stuff, but like it's crazy to me. Like I'm just like fuck man, like how can I make that real for myself? You know what I mean?
Well, there actually is 2 video shoots that I've been looking into, like I guess the semantics of for the group. One is going to be a little bit of a trick. So there's a castle that's on an island that is between the U.S. and Canada.
Which island?
No, not one of those islands. It's definitely a cold island. And you can actually rent the entire castle
Yeah.
to like sleep there overnight. So it is like a really far ride. That's why it's unrealistic right now for us to be doing it. But then also the Renaissance Fair is coming back. Was it start in August? I think it's around
Usually
August.
around August 12th-ish.
Which personally I think it would be sick for all of us to kind of
Are we gonna dress up?
yes
Because
yes.
last time we went, like we didn't dress up. What are
It's
you
also-
laughing at? What?
You're gonna
Smeagol?
Smeagol.
Smeagol? Like
If you don't dress up as like Smeagol or like a fucking woodland elf, I don't want to say
okay, look, I'll settle at like
Frodo.
no, because he has hair. Could I be like a dwarf?
How about a thumb?
No, because dwarfs have long ass hair.
No, I mean they do, but they like have like beards and shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna grow your beard out for that?
I could try. I'll probably just grow this out and this.
And
I
you're
mean,
Why don't you go as
really
Mr.
look
Miyagi?
that's probably related. But no, I mean, look, like that kind of shit, like really, really fucking interests me like a lot. And fun fact, they're remaking. Now they're remaking. They're making more additions to the Lord of the Rings movie. There's 2 movies coming out. One's called like The Hunt for Gollum.
They just gotta stop. They had a whole fucking TV show.
No, that one.
Like
They had a
2
TV
pre-
show?
No. Listen.
Yes.
I will tell
2
you.
prequels.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will tell you. The Hobbit they have done it in one movie? Sure. But obviously they broke it up into 3. I get it. Like The Hobbit could have been done easily like in one movie. Rings of Power, I don't think it was horrible. I just think
I like Rings of Power because it gave you like a backstory on how the rings came to be.
you see Sauron's upbringing and stuff. But what don't you like about it? Because a lot of people shit on it.
I'm not saying that I don't like it. I'm saying they should really just let things lie. Like all these like extra movies that are coming out, like there are so many like prequels now and remakes and all sorts of shit like that. Like Harry Potter, for instance. Like they're making more of that. I'm like, dude, just let it go.
I agree, but you have to understand especially with Lord of the Rings. Sorry, I had a bubble in my throat. With Lord of the Rings, what I love about Lord of the Rings is that there's just so much lore, bro. Like there's just tons and tons of lore, which creates a space for more movies to be made. Like The Hunt for Gollum, I think is like it's important because it takes place in between when Frodo gets the ring and then when like Frodo goes to like Rivendell.
Yeah, but have you seen the older Lord of the Rings recently?
Yes, I watched.
Do you realize how much dead space is in those movies?
No, not at all.
Oh my God, yes.
Not at all.
There's always at least 45 minutes or 30 minutes of them just fucking walking.
That's okay. No, you're
That's
just
important.
no.
How's that important?
Oh wait, are you watching extended cut or theatrical?
I don't know. Whatever comes on the TV once in a while. It's on Netflix sometimes.
Theatrical.
Okay. All right,
Either
fine.
way.
But you want some world building. Like in Rings of Power, this happens a lot where they'll just appear in a different setting when if you looked at a map, it would have taken weeks to get there. So they're just teleporting.
But why can't they just say 1 week later and then boop, there they are?
But they don't.
Instead of doing a 45-minute cutaway of them just walking down a hill.
Because it gives the movie character. You believe that these are real people
Boring character.
walking. Like that's a trek. To even walk for days and not stop it gives them character.
Right. Like what would you have wanted? Like
I just said what I want.
10 minutes later? Like I mean a
First
week
off,
later?
If
Like
it's taking them a couple of days, no, not 10 minutes later. If it's taking them a week, just come up like 1 week later.
so then you could say the same thing about like origin movies. Like what's a good
I think there are no movies that need fucking dead space of them walking somewhere.
That's not that much of a movie.
It really depends on what it is because that walking or I'm speaking kind of like ignorantly because I haven't really watched the Lord of the Rings. I'm not really a big fan of it. But like,
Have you watched Star Wars?
Yes, I watched Star Wars.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's another one. One of the Star Wars movies, I forget which one it is, but the whole movie is him just racing. That's it.
Which one is it?
Is that the Mandalorian? I don't know. I never
No,
really
it's
watched.
it's one of the movies. It's I forget what movie it is. It's when he was a kid.
Episode 1?
Think maybe?
Yeah, that's when Anakin was a kid, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the whole movie is literally him just doing the race.
Well, dude, that's again. There's a lot into it. Like, what you want him to just want him to grow up being Darth Vader? Like, what the
No,
fuck?
but
Like,
what does that race give him?
it gives
That I actually kind of agree with that because like realistically, that doesn't like that whatever motorcycle what do they call them again, the fucking
Pod racer.
yeah, that doesn't really like have a whole bunch of value moving forward in the movies. You know what I mean? Like it's not like that's like his main thing.
The only thing I can see it like actually helping in terms of storytelling is when he like shoots the Death Star and he's like the only one that can go through the small gap. But even then, it's like, did you really need a 2-hour movie to explain that he's good at racing?
I don't think that's. I mean, I don't really remember watching. What was it? Phantom Menace, right? Was the first one?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't really remember it just all being
Was
racing.
he not like a slave or something?
He was a slave,
He
and
was like paying off like his debt or something like that.
Listen, I'm over exaggerating a little
Yes.
bit.
no, I
but
know.
It's majority of the movie is that race. Majority of that movie is just the fucking
I
race.
don't remember.
I don't know.
Or the
I can't remember, but like, when it comes to like shit where it's got like prequels and everything like that or remakes, I'm fine with movies, video games, and everything having prequels. I'm fine because some movies, video games, their lore is just so So massive, you might have this one character that's came in the game, and you're like, okay, we see him, but we want to see, you know, more about him. So prequels are fine, especially something that's got a lot of lore.
We literally just talked about one that was like honestly potentially better than any other movie as far as like the emotions behind it was Rocket's prequel.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
that shit was
that was
like
really good.
Perfect
Yeah, but
example.
now you're getting away from what I was saying. That has literally no dead space in that movie.
yeah, that's fair.
Which
He's
one?
he's basically saying like any movie that has like either a lot of walking or the same thing happening, it's just like you're built like it's like
No,
But it's I feel like it's different for everything though. Like that, like those sections in like in shows and movies that are just like walking and talking. That's it's building lore. It's giving more
If
exposition.
they were
and I'm
talking,
like,
it makes sense because at least they're talking about something. In Lord of the Rings, it's literally just the camera panning away from them fucking walking. That's all it is. There's different shots of them walking.
I think you need to rewatch that movie, man. And I'm not saying it because it's like my all-time favorite movie, but I think you need to rewatch that movie. Because I think everyone says the same shit about it. Oh, it's just walking. A lot of people will say that the first movie is probably the best one, and that has the most walking in the trilogy. But
you know what it is too though? I think it depends on the movie because Lord of the Rings, that walking is literally storytelling the entire time. It's not like they're walking, not talking. They're literally talking about shit, developing characters. They're also doing cutaways of what's the thing that Dyer looks like Schmeagol. They're doing like Schmeagol like in a separate area inside of the like he's inside the cave and shit like that, right? That was movie one where it's like showing development of they're walking, but they're also talking about shit and like. I get it too because it's only two people, right? It's Samwise and then it's Frodo. So it's like, I get it. The dynamic is
No,
just
there's four. There's four.
no, there were four in the beginning, right? But then they got separated in the beginning as well.
the twins, right?
No, they're best friends. So Peregrine Took, which is Pippin, he's related to Frodo Baggins on his mom's side. But then there's Mary. It's Frodo, Mary, Pippin, and Sam.
Okay.
But anyways, you did say something that I kind of want to talk about. How you said they're constantly remaking shit and like they're. I was just talking to my buddy about this. There's no creativity or originality in things. Like, how many times is fucking DC gonna make
Batman.
Yeah, or Spider-Man. How many Spider-Mans? The new ones are sick, but how many? You
I
gotta
don't know.
understand, like,
Let me see. How many times is DC gonna make Spider-Man?
no, that's not. No. I'm sorry, but yeah,
That's what I have the main problem with, especially because like, especially with DC and Marvel, and not Marvel as much, but DC as well. Like they have so many fucking characters to use, like thousands of fucking characters, and you keep seeing the same ones over and over and over again. I'm like, Marvel does a better job with it, like especially in comic books and stuff, but I'm like, there's so many interesting characters that are there. But they never see.
And then they pick a boring one like Aquaman.
Well, they never see the light of day because it's just Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and it's like
The Justice League.
Yeah, or the Justice League, and it's like they just never do anything.
You know what they should redo? Honestly, this would be a good one because even the actor said it fucking was terrible.
Flash.
Green Lantern.
Oh,
Greenlit, yeah. Well, actually,
Because Ryan Reynolds.
TV show.
yeah, there is a TV show coming.
I want
out.
like a actual movie.
Dude, I'm actually kind of tired of everything getting a fucking TV show because it just feels like a money grab by Hulu and all their fucking subscription platforms.
that's
I'm like
exactly
so
what it is.
exhausted about it. Like
That's exactly what it is.
because like the movies like, and I do have this weird feeling. We were talking about this earlier. Who's buying that Warner? Possibly is it or some Paramount? Bro,
They're buying everything,
dude. So, well, that they're trying to stop that as well. All I feel like is going to happen is they're going to be like, if you pay this amount per month, you're going to be able to get like first day in the movie theater release at home. You know, it'll be an extra $20 or something like that a month. But it's just like, it's literally taking away from like everything like a night out is like, right? Going to the movies. Like, don't get me wrong. The prices are fucking ridiculous. But it's like, you're like, these companies are like, if you have all these subscriptions, it's literally more than cable at this point. So we're getting to the point of like, this shit going way over, costing way more money than going to the movies and having cable to watch all these movies. It's literally getting to the point where it's actually costing more to have the same thing that we did when we were growing up. The movies and cable, which showed the shit already.
I find it kind of crazy too because the same people that are putting out these movies without going to the theater are the same people that are complaining about how their box office isn't doing too well. It's I'm just sitting there like, well, maybe if you let the fucking movie actually go to the theater instead of trying to kill the theaters, then maybe it'll actually get a fucking box office thing. Because like every time you look at the news, it's like they talk about whatever movies are in the box office, and they'll say like what movies are doing poorly. But then you look at Netflix, and it's on fucking Netflix too.
Yeah.
So that's funny that, you know, I was just, like I was saying, I was talking to my friend about it. It's the no creativity. It's the lack of creativity because you have things like DC, Marvel, anything that has like rich kind of just like a rich fan base. It's all money at that point. Like, how can we capitalize off of this? And that's why it goes straight to, that's why they keep remaking these things. They see how much money they can make, and then what you were saying, like there's movies that go straight to streaming, right? And it does kill that experience for like going to the movie theaters and stuff like that. And my buddy's like, I know we're gonna circle back, but he talks about how the lack of creativity and remaking also stems from the amount of use in like CGI, in movies and stuff. And he was basically saying how, you know, let's talk. I don't know if you guys watch movies in like the 80s, like you watch 1980s movies or like going back to the medieval core.
Spaceballs.
Sure, going back to the medieval core,
Did you hear about Spaceballs?
aesthetic. I have.
The sequel.
The sequel is coming. They released I think they released a date for it.
Sick for Spaceballs. I think that's awesome. I think I lost my train of thought now, but like basically he was talking about how because there's so much CGI and stuff that it's like boring now. Like that's why he just doesn't like to go see movies. I think a lot of people don't want to go see movies either because it's just like you get the same regurgitated garbage. You know, you can kind of there's a lot of spoon feeding these
You've
days.
already seen it.
Yes, there's a lot of spoon feeding these days. Also, he was talking about how like in the 1980s, there's I'm gonna stick with fantasy because I'm really into fantasy. So there's movies called like Excalibur, Dark Crystals. You guys know the Never Ending Story, right? Those movies were so like weird at the time. Nobody was doing that kind of stuff. And they obviously didn't have CGI, and they obviously didn't have like the technology that we do now, but they would build sets.
There's
right?
a lot of puppeteering.
But the movies literally look worse too. So what's the point?
No.
They look significantly fucking worse.
Have you seen the like 80s or 90s version of the Mario movie?
Sure, but okay, but what?
That's
But
horrible.
I don't know. I don't. I like those movies like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Those suits
Looked fucking ass.
No, they didn't. They were
fucking
way better. They're CGI. The turtles are CGI now.
Yes, and they look way better.
No, they don't, dude. It looks. You really think they look better?
Maybe back in the day, maybe because they were like, but back in the day, sure, they look fine. Those they do not hold up well. Like they don't.
Bro, it looks way more believable, I think, than having a fucking giant. Bro, if you have if I have like a fucking AI CGI generated person next to you, like you're not really there. But if I have a costume, right? Fine, fuck it. 1990s, they have a costume. I think they did fairly well. Like they did really good back in the day. And if we implement costumes now with the
no, I disagree to a certain aspect because like I feel like a lot of this stuff is some of it is done now, not with like maybe like full on costumes, but like
there are no more costumes anymore. Everything is CGI.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking maybe not with like full on costume, but they do use like makeup, like how like for example, what's his name, Colin Farrell. The dude who played the penguin. Yeah.
Okay.
You look at the fucking makeup job that they did for him, and then you look when he's not in the makeup, he looks completely doesn't even look like
I hope so.
Doesn't even look like the same person.
No.
But what I'm saying is it's like they're maybe not be doing the full on costumes, but like that that makeup and stuff, that's like that practical stuff is still there.
Yeah.
It's just in a different form.
But you know
And
go ahead.
just to go off the penguin, that's why we love the penguin, why it's so highly rated, is because of the practicality and like there is an authenticity about it.
Yeah.
Like it's believable.
Yeah.
With the CGI TMNT, you just you just know that this is a movie.
Yeah.
And with CGI, like, or with something like a costume, even though you know it's a dude in a costume, you kind of get into it.
It's more believable.
Yeah.
It's way more believable.
And going back to like why we're getting all these remakes and like the CGI, is the movies are getting so expensive because they feel they have to use CGI to compete with all these other movies that are using CGI and how good they're getting. So they're spending hundreds of millions of dollars on a movie, and so they go, we need something that's going to guarantee us money. So what's going to guarantee us money? A remake, a seventh sequel.
But that's the
like
thing, though.
this.
That makes no sense because it's like the accessibility of like CGI right now, it should be at a fucking all-time high compared to what it's been in the night. Like, think about it. When someone cracked that for the first time in like the early 2000s and it was using CGI, it was like, oh my God, this is insane. But now it's so accessible. There's no way it's increasing budget.
But it just is. Hollywood doesn't know how to make cheap movies. There are no cheap movies anymore unless it's like a drama or a comedy or things like this. Like Japanese, like Godzilla -1 was a miracle. It was like a $13 million movie for Godzilla, and it was amazing. And Marvel Avengers movies, they're like 300 million a piece for like Ant-Man. They're incredibly expensive, and they're all CGI.
Big difference. No. I don't think the budget's going to CGI. I think it's the actors that they're hiring for the movies.
That's true.
Think about it. What was like a big name actor inside of Godzilla?
I don't know.
Right.
Millie Bobby Brown.
But was she in it?
She was in it. Wasn't she in it? She was in Godzilla.
That's the American. That's Godzilla.
Are you talking about? There's
You're talking about the
a
Japanese?
Japanese.
Godzilla -1, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Ah.
yeah, Japanese.
How long ago was that
Very
movie?
good. It was a couple of years ago.
Okay.
But I mean, that's the thing though. Is like with the CGI. I think the only reason that Marvel gets out of hand with like their budget, I guess, is because if you look at the list of actors, they're some of the highest paid actors in the world. Every single one of them. And yes, don't get me wrong, it's because Marvel is the one hiring them.
Yeah.
But
That probably goes into it, but CGI is also, I think, a factor.
I don't know. It's just like with some of it, it's you can, I don't know, like comparing like some of the like from the shit from like when you have like movies and like TV shows, and then you have like it's also like a budget thing. Like some of these like practical effects or like some of the practical effects like what's in this CW, like the Green Arrow show that they had a while back. They were all like, you know, practical suits. Nothing was CGI.
Yeah.
The suits looked fucking terrible.
Different
They looked
budget.
bad. Exactly.
It's CW.
Yeah. It's CW. It's a TV show. But what I'm saying is, it's like, it's like nobody's gonna really be doing that nowadays. One, because I think CGI may be like a little bit easier to do than a whole like practical costume.
Okay.
Green Lantern's
Of
a
course.
perfect example of that.
Of course it is.
Like Iron Man. Iron Man, like they don't wear the whole. They don't wear they wear like I think the helmet, but everything else they're not in an actual suit. It's all CGI.
Iron Man 1, it was a suit.
Yeah, Iron Man 1 is in the suit, but moving.
They had an actual helmet on him.
Yeah, but moving forward,
They took it away.
yeah, they took it away. But you know what's funny? You can't tell the difference. If you watch Iron Man 1 and then you watch the rest of the Marvel movies, whether it's Iron Man or whatever, you can't tell that it's not a
man, I can
CGI
tell the
suit.
difference.
No, you cannot tell that it's a different suit. Like I feel like that is a perfect example of it, like it being done well, like the practical effects versus CGI effects. Like don't get me wrong,
You need both.
right? I don't feel like you should do away completely with either one, but like I don't know. I just feel like
I agree with you that you need both, because I have a homie who went to school for film, and he did say that. He goes, I do not knock CGI. I just don't think it should be everything. Like CGI should be done tastefully. You know what I mean? Like when we were talking about this, the only CGI that I think would make sense is like Transformers. Like that's you can't fucking put somebody in a suit and like you know what I mean?
And they nailed it.
Yeah. No, but listen, like when Transformers came out, when did it come out? 2008? The first one.
Good question.
2008. I'll say it came out in 2008. Bro, I remember being like the detail and like how believable it was. I mean, you still knew like, you know, that
No, the CGI was good.
yeah,
The CGI
but
was
it's still what's crazy is it still holds up now against the shit that we have coming out now.
Yep.
You know what's crazy is actually you can relate to this one because we have a friend who does what does he do background
VFX.
Yeah.
Casting couch.
he does VFX for a whole bunch of like Netflix shows and stuff like that. And I don't know if he switched over to a different thing now or whatever, but even him, like we actually had him on the podcast years ago.
Never posted it.
Never posted. So never mind. We never had him on the podcast. But anyways, but he actually was somebody that was still hired by these TV shows to do the background work, but it wasn't like, I guess it was CGI, right? Because like the show, what show is it?
Umbrella Academy.
Umbrella Academy. He did all the background work for like the show and stuff like that, but you never would know some of these shows have CGI if they're using as background.
Yeah.
But like we discussed earlier, like for Lord of the Rings, I do feel like it's obvious, right? The orcs, the ones that they're face up on or close up on, that stuff is all makeup and stuff like that. But when it's a million orcs, like yeah, no shit, it's CGI. It's
Did you guys know that? Well, I mean, obvious. John Wick has CGI and it's done very well. Like, do you remember? For all of you that haven't seen it, sorry, but do you remember when what's his name? Lawrence Fishburne's character. Lawrence Fishburne's character, where he like basically like shoots John Wick and he throws him off the building.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, when he falls.
When he
down.
falls off the
building.
building.
This last time.
Did we?
I thought we did too. But either way, go ahead.
Did we really? I don't remember
When he
that.
falls down, he like breaks his neck or whatever.
Didn't we?
No.
You were here for it.
No, we didn't.
Okay. Good. Well, good.
I don't think we did.
Inform the viewers right now.
No, but that was okay. That was like half set, half CGI. Like the guy actually fell from.
It's crazy because the shit looks CGI as fuck. That it.
What?
No.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
Yo,
it does.
yo,
The specific scene kind of does.
Yeah, because his
what
body.
the fuck are you
His
talking
body
about?
folded in the most crazy ways.
Which is hilarious that you say that because the guy is a stunt, like he's a stuntman and he actually fell off of the fucking thing. Like there's, okay, so it's an actual, like he's from an actual height and he falls like on a fire escape, falls on an awning or whatever. But the background is green screen to kind of bring in like the city aspect or whatever. So that's funny that you even say that.
Yeah, I mean, Arcade, agree with me. It's like you
In
can
my
see,
memory, it's-
yeah, you can see his body folding in ways that's like, okay, he died there, he died there, he died there, and oh, look at that, he's still alive. It's like, brother, yeah, like the way that they had his body folding like a triangle, it's a wrap. So the CGI, I think, went a little too far. Like, or maybe it was the speed. Maybe that's what it was. It was the
could have been some
speed that he was
weird-
falling.
Was it like raining in the scene too or something?
I think it
No.
was.
No, it was during the daytime.
Oh, okay.
There's another scene where he falls out of where he gets thrown out of a window and he lands on a car, and that's real too. Like the car was real and everything, and the guy actually broke his ribs, like doing that scene. And that was CGI too. But that goes back to it's tastefully done. Like there's still a prop. There's still like a set, and it's not completely all CGI. Like, could you have made Thanos look more believable? I mean, Thanos is fucking. That is just like
Good.
that's cartoon to the max. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Wait. You don't think that? But are you saying you don't think it looks good?
no,
What?
Nah, Thanos looked amazing.
I don't think you think he looks
I
good.
think it's hard to say if he looked good because he didn't look like a human. It's alien.
I
so
guess.
it's like his face has like
You
a
don't
different
think if they
texture.
had makeup that they would have been able
I mean,
to.
shit, they could use Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's a perfect example.
They could have.
Is Hellboy
They
real?
don't have a
And
choice.
Hellboy's tall as fuck.
Hellboy, I think
That
that
was
was just makeup.
makeup.
Yeah, and that looked
makeup.
amazing, and that looked great.
But it's a difference because Thanos is like also like
8
I
foot
don't-
tall.
like 8 foot fucking tall. So it's like
that they can CGI though.
Yeah, that thing. But that's the thing. I don't think like it looked like it was different because there was two versions of Thanos. Thanos looked a little bit different in the end of the first Avengers movie and the end credit scene, and that one looked way more CG. That one looked way more CGI than the final product of what he was. I thought he looked good.
And I think you might not, because they're using his actual face and he's actually emoting. That's what you're kind of focusing on, and so it just feels like him acting.
Yeah,
Instead
well,
of-
and that's another thing, like motion cap or like facial, like face caption and stuff like that. Like everything is like, yeah, it's CGI, but like everything is still natural. It's catching.
It's still used by a human.
Yeah, it's catching everything. Your mouth movement when you blink, like everything, like so. It's still, yeah, CGI is there, but like everything about it is like it's still natural about it. Like I could see if they CGI'd everything, like his walking, his mouth movements, and like face or whatever. But like a lot of that is like still real.
You don't need to hire an actor for that then.
Yeah, no, I mean, you don't. You can just animate it, but like
And that's why I think, I don't know. That's why I think like, I don't know, like
Practical's better.
yeah, I like the Marvel movies and shit. Like, don't get me wrong, but I do feel like there's just too much of that like computerized like.
To me, it's like, I mean, I'm not saying it does for you. Like, it doesn't make or break the film for me. Like, if it's there, if the practical effects is there and it's cool, like, good. If it's not there and it's CGI, good. I don't give a fuck as long as the story's good. As long as like what I'm
as
watching.
long as it doesn't pull you out of the movie as well, like where you're like, yeah, motherfucker, like you can tell, like because there's also been a flip side of that where Jurassic Park used animatronics, and you're like, okay, brother, you should have CGI'd it because there was a cut. No, the more recent one. Remember? Like, I mean, I think you remember. Remember when there was like a little Triceratops and it was like moving, but you saw it was. You might as well seen like it go like.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I don't remember that at all.
Oh well, they use animatronics in like the newer Jurassic. Well, actually, the older ones I think they did too.
Yeah.
But those I feel like they could have been CGI'd, and it almost would have made it better. Because the newer ones with like Chris Pratt, when they're using CGI on the Raptors, they look super believable, in my opinion at least. Like, right, because you already know Raptors are not
I
here.
don't know. I think the older Jurassic Parks, like when they actually had the actual puppets, I think those looked a lot better than the CGI ones.
There we go. Boom, baby.
Yeah, but then, like I said, some of the newer stuff, you know what? Maybe this is the problem. When they're mixing CGI and then they also have like the real stuff, like animatronics, stuff like that, because then you're seeing the difference in real time right in front of you. Because they're like in that scene in specific.
Yeah, but I also think when they do that kind of stuff, it puts more pressure on like the prop department to make it more realistic.
Well, yeah.
So it usually comes out way better than CGI.
So you think the CGI is lacking, not the prop?
When there's both.
When there's both. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think with because actually the scene that's perfect for has everyone seen like the more recent Jurassic Parks? Some of them? It was the one where there was like the black market and then the things are in the cages. There was another one where it's like, I believe all of that was CGI, but then there was like a fight pit, and I believe one of those was animatronic. So like you're seeing CGI, and then you see animatronic, and it kind of like throws you off because it's like something looks completely like brushed and fine-tuned, and then the animatronic is like, I don't know, it's just a different scaling or something. Like it just seems like just different. I don't know. You can almost tell.
What do you think about Baby Yoda?
Didn't watch it.
No,
You didn't watch it?
No.
I
No,
like
I
it.
didn't watch it either.
Yeah. The Mandalorian. I haven't watched like the newer season, but the seasons I did watch, I thought were really good.
I don't like to what I was saying. Like I don't disagree with you on like the practical like effect thing, but like when I played like perfect example, Resident Evil 9 just came out a while ago. There was a behind the scenes of like them like animating everything and doing it. It's like that practicality is still there. There was a scene where this girl is like she like is hung up upside down and like she's like strapped to like a medical bed and she's like hung upside down. She's actually strapped and hung upside down in real life. That's an actual thing that they're doing. So everything is still it's all still practical, but there's just a little CGI like mixed into it. But everything that they're doing, they're actually doing it. So it's all still practical. So
I do have a question about this is changing gears into like more like the video game side of it.
Yes.
Did anyone else kind of notice like I don't know if it's like these like text exploding and there's more distraction and stuff like that, but there's been multiple games that released that I feel like just went under the radar or just were like blip on and then off again, like the new Call of Duty and then World of Warcraft. Like I didn't see a single ad for the new WoW expansion until it was already out.
Dude, I was getting ads for the midnight release. That's what it's called, midnight.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was getting ads for that expansion months before. Like months before it even came out. So you're probably just not looking at the same videos. Because like when I heard that the expansion was coming out, I was looking up things about it. So your phone takes that into account and it starts feeding you more shit like that.
I feel like I don't know. I didn't see it really until it was already like, hey, it's coming out in a week. But also like I feel like the game also doesn't have like I don't see anything like even in like other forms like YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that.
So I'll get behind you on the whole Call of Duty thing. Didn't see a single thing about Call of Duty until the day it was out, and it was people just ragging on the campaign. But towards the WoW thing, I think a lot of people are starting to go away from WoW because they realize that Blizzard is just money grabbing, and that's all they're ever going to do. They're not going to bring out any kind of exciting content. I mean, for fuck's sake, they brought in player housing, and a game that we've been playing, RuneScape, has had that since fucking 2010, 2012 or some shit like that. Like, they're just copying shit, but like decades after.
Like you're eating the same fucking food every day, right? And you're just like you're tired of it. You're just like, all right, fucking.
So, I'm sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
So, the only problem with the whole eating the same food every day, like trying to relate that to games, I can play a video game for like 3-4 months at a clip and not get tired of it.
Sure.
Like we did that with 2019 Call of Duty. Literally streamed that every fucking day.
Right.
It was great. Fucking every expansion up until now for WoW, like a good 3-4 months, all I would play. I mean, right now I'm into fucking RuneScape again. League 6 just came out. Fucking awesome. It's like 3 days in. I'm addicted to it. But like it's a 2-month process for this league. I'm just going to be playing that for the next 2 months. Probably not playing any other game. Unless they like want to do a video on some other kind of game. That's the only time I'll ever get off that game right now.
It's kind of like there's so many, like there's Fortnite, there's a lot of games that people just exclusively play the one game. And so that's why people don't play like an unknown game or like watch an unknown IP. They're so invested in whatever everyone's already invested in.
Which that shit is so fucking whack. I'm so tired of like so, I'm sorry, like because like I know a lot of us here stream and stuff like that. I'm so exhausted with like these big streamers dictating what everyone's fucking playing. It's getting exhausting. Like you see, like listen, he's a great content creator, the Burnt Peanut. It's like everyone's like meat riding Rust now. It's like brother.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah,
The
it's
uptick
like
in Rust viewership, besides just him,
Meat
just
riding.
all the streamers that have gone to Rust now. Like you have Summit, you have Tim the Tatman, Hutch, like all these big name guys over there now, all playing the same fucking server. You even have like old YouTube people that like people are like, oh my god, I remember him when they're still making content, which really pisses me off when I see that shit. Like you have I don't know if you remember H2O Delirious.
yeah.
He's in that Rust server.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's
Actually,
got
that's kinda
he's
cool.
got him and his friends are in there. You got a lot of different faces and different but people in there, and I think like sometimes it's good. Like what they're doing is good. Like that server is entertaining. Whether you think about it or not, it is fucking entertaining, and he's trying to change the aspect of that server every fucking wipe, which is 2 weeks long. So every 2 weeks it's something fucking different.
Well, but that's the thing though. Like I agree. Like it's cool seeing something like that where it's a mass populace of streamers getting together to do it. But it's just like, for instance, 2019 is a perfect example. If these big creators stepped away from Warzone and were playing something else, everyone was just like, oh, well, that looks more entertaining. It's like this herd mentality with like the big streamers are doing it, so that means that this is like the way to do it. You know what I mean? And like I said, it is cool when a game gets revived like that because it gives a chance of them bringing out more material. But
I fucking stupid. He just yelled at shape for no reason. Sheep. I thought he said shape.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
was like, what the fuck is
Wait, what the fuck is
He's like,
shape?
shit, because he said
Well,
herd
no.
mentality.
That's I think
Everybody's got a herd mentality, damn it.
I think like, well, not just Twitter, like streaming in general has like, I think has been like a huge downfall to game. Maybe I'm not using that in the right sense, but a lot of these, like you said, a lot of these big streamers, they only play a certain amount of games, and then like those people's favorite streamers, they also just go gear towards those games, and then when those streamers play absolutely nothing else, It's like that's all they fucking play. It's just this one specific game. And then those will be the same people complaining like, oh, gaming is dead. There is no new game. I'm like, no, you're just not playing. You're playing the same fucking game. Of course you're going to think gaming is dead when you play the same fucking game every day. Of course you would think that.
Arc is almost dead at this point, I think. Like, not only the unoriginality of like them putting out these like the most stupid fucking bots in the game, but also when all the big content creators left to go do something else, all the viewers left to go do that as well. So like you said, it is cool to see like old games getting revived.
I was just gonna say, bro, that fucking pisses me off. Like
Yeah.
what you're saying, like how everyone's just like everyone's following what the fuck like a famous person is. I did want to ask you. So like gaming, I think again, I just got into video games, right? Like you guys have been playing video games for like a hot minute, but I remember when I was like growing up, like I don't remember. I mean, I could be talking shit here, but like how many Call of Duties are there?
Ooh.
74.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Throw a number out
Okay,
there.
was that a thing like
No.
back
It was
then?
once
No.
a year. Oh,
But-
once every two.
No, but
Once
what I'm saying is just like I think that's why those games kind of like hold up. You know, I think I think people just get bored.
So my thing is, so back then, I feel like there was only like a handful of games that people were actually playing because everything was more centralized around PS3 or Xbox, the consoles.
Right.
So you had like the Halo players, and then you had the Call of Duty players, and that's how it was
Gears.
split. Well, Gears was like but there was like two main games. It was either you're playing fucking Halo or you're playing Call of Duty. That was pretty much the extent of it. But now you have like all these indie companies giving more access to like posting their games, which I think is a good thing.
Right.
Because if we didn't have that and people weren't like actually playing, like streamers is another good thing because I feel like there's a lot of streamers and YouTubers out there that will play those indie games. If you bring more eyes to those indie games, it'll give like the indie creators more of a like a, oh, I can make my shit. People will actually play it instead of having like fucking Call of Duty fucking 74. You know, I'd rather have more new games that people are actually willing to try than having the same fucking recycled shit.
When I was going on Steam and I was trying to find like multiplayer games, like for me and the homies, like I was seeing like games that like I didn't even think like there's like a game called like Gas Station where like
When you're aliens.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's like that one. My buddy was just telling me one where like you're like a weed dealer, like
That's Schedule 1.
Schedule one.
okay, cool, but like
I played it.
where am I trying to go with this? You were talking about like Halo, and I was going like even like a little bit way back, like when like Tekken was a thing. When like, do you guys even remember Bloody Wars? That that game, Legends of Dragoon,
Yeah.
Legends of Dragoon, Soul Reaver.
Yeah. I love Soul Reaver.
All those games, like I remember those games
Classic.
being fucking sick. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why. Like I feel like those games have more of an impression.
Because gaming back in the days was a passion project.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Gaming was a niche in itself. Now it's mainstream.
Right.
And it's just like movies, kind of, where there is so much money now in film
And no passion.
and no passion. It's all about profit. Back in the days, you made a film to have a story and to have all these things because they were invested in it. So when you're not making a game for profit, you're making it because you want to make it. The whole team wants to make it. It's like Halo. Halo was also a passion project. Like these studios were small. They were less than 100 people. If your studio nowadays is less than 100 people, you're not even considered AAA. That's like a AA company.
Right.
So
The people that made Arc.
they're a AA company, right? Embark?
I believe Embark is AAA now, aren't they?
Maybe now.
They might be
Yeah,
AAA.
maybe
They're
now.
they're
I
not
think so,
really
yeah.
a traditional AAA company that kind of came.
No, but I mean, I
They're
guess.
ex-DICE.
Yeah, they're ex-DICE
people.
employees, yeah.
Yeah, that's a part of it.
Yeah, that's
Lack
I
of lack
think-
of passion.
I think a lot that the nostalgia.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's kind of becoming, like the new generation is kind of getting into like more older games. Like people are actually playing newer games less and older games. Like people aren't buying games anymore.
A lot of older games that have like a big resurgences. And
Like one game that I was just talking to my buddy about it. I want to get into it, right? I like the artwork and like the lore that's behind like Legend of Zelda, right? And he was telling me that Legend of Zelda was a 2D game, like when it first came out and stuff. And then, and you loved it, right? You thought it was sick.
The top down. When...
There's I think it's called Times of Ocarina or like
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time. That's
one of the best games ever made.
Okay, crazy,
Still
right?
the top rated game. Of
And
all
he
time.
said, and what did he tell me? He said that's being remastered or something, or
It's
like
rumored, yeah.
right. I don't know, man. Like that's what I'm saying.
I mean, well, the thing with remastering games.
Sorry, wait, stop for a second. We're 8 minutes over. We have to start wrapping up.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I didn't even.
All right, we'll wrap up now. All right, so finish your thought.
Yeah, real quick, it's just like the thing that I like about it. I like and I don't like about it. I think remaking games are good for newer generations that want to get into the older games, but it's really fucking hard to like be conditioned to this new play style of video game and then go back to the old like tank controls and fucking. It's really hard to do that. So when they remake these games, it makes them more accessible to newer generations and like the controls and everything. And I think that is a good thing for people, like to get into those older games without having to suffer the old way that those games used to play, because a lot of them didn't play that great back, and now it's time.
All right. We talked about a lot of good shit. I love that we basically landed on there's a lack of passion and just more focused on money grabbing, right? So why don't we end it like this? If you're somebody who is a creative, do it for the fucking passion, not the money. Don't be a jerk off. All right? And take a stand. And why don't you just go ahead and revisit the old and make it the new again? That's what I'll leave you with, because we're over time, okay? And tune in for the next fucking podcast that we have. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
No.